shit is fucking crazy. If fucking Skullface finds out that I fucking got this shit,
Well, you know, I've
he's gonna
got one
fucking-
too. I've had it for a while. I'm actually really pleased.
What
Did
I
you
like about it is how the elbows.
Is that the
double
fucking?
joint?
Oh shit, we're live, bro.
Oh,
fuck.
shit! Fuck!
Oh shit! I don't fucking know.
Oh, hey, what's up, party people? Welcome to Enter the Realm episode. What are we on? 9?
Yes.
Episode 9. Episode 9. The Realm of Collectors.
Episode 9.
Episode 9 video podcast. Welcome one and all. We have an action-packed show for you tonight. We actually have a new member in our lineup. Let's introduce him first. Coming straight out of the Tampa, Florida area. Say what's up to Jisk, a.k.a. Jabotron, a.k.a.
Tampa.
That's right. What's up?
The crocodile killer.
What the fuck is a
Just
Jisk?
raining.
What the fuck is a Jisk?
Yeah, what's up with that, man?
You really want to know what it is?
Well,
Yeah.
we named the episode, so you got to fucking tell us.
All right. So, my real name is Jordan, and I started writing graffiti back in.
Jordan.
Yep. Back in the early '90s, and so it was Jordan is cool with a K because I was a rebel like that.
Ooh, look at you getting all
Yep.
snazzy.
So that's where it comes from.
So it's an acronym.
Yep.
Wow, I said acronym. That's the big word of the night. Acronym.
Well, I mean, Ackerman doesn't have a word in it, but
You guys can't spell that, I'm sure.
Jisk is a word. Don't you look at it? What the fuck is Jisk? It's an acronym.
All right, representing the Pacific Northwest, we've got Dan. Where you at, Dan?
Well, you just said I'm in the Pacific Northwest.
Okay, but where are you at on the internet, fool?
Oh, I'm on Instagram and the Facebook group.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very modest. He's very modest.
So Jisk, we didn't get your pertinence on where you at on the internet.
On Instagram, it's again for graffiti stuff is at Jisk1. For Transformers related stuff is at Jabotron. That's also on Facebook at.
hold on. I definitely think you used that word wrong, Chris.
Which word?
What was the word?
I was going to say second biggest word of the night.
Definitely used it wrong. But go ahead.
Well, you know what?
JJ.
You guys are retarded.
Who gives a fuck? We're 10 minutes late. We got
That's right.
issues. We started off playing with Ollie. It's all good. Let it roll.
All right, part of the Jersey crew, we got J. Ruse in the house.
At J Ruse on Instagram and on the Facebook group.
All right, and as always, also representing the Jersey squad, we got Dust Mites in the house.
Booyah! What's up, everybody? Dust Mites. Instagram Dust Mites. YouTube Dust Mites until the man took me down, but now conveniently located at the brand new channel, Realm of Collectors.
Ooh, look at that. It was
Twitter,
serious.
I don't know why I use it. I haven't used it in a year. I went back, haven't used it in a week. I don't know. I don't think I need Twitter, but you guys know where the hell to find us.
And you guys can find me at Pinkerton on Instagram and under my real name, Chris Pinkerton, on the Facebooks. I also have a Twitter that the only thing I do with it is repost my Instagram shit and try to get real popular in Rochester. Shout out to Rochester, New York.
I think they killed the bot.
No, bro. Because what's funny is I get like 4 or 5 people following me every time I post something, and then like the same 4 or 5 people follow me like the next time. So I think they follow me and realize this guy's not from fucking Rochester, and then their bot. I think they have bots built on the bot. So
John Galloway's pressure washing or some shit like that.
yeah, or
You
there's a
get
fucking
some weird shit like that, you know?
Shout out to CHG CrossFit because you follow me and unfollow me like 3 times a week. Maybe that's a fucking sign, right? All right, let's talk a little bit about what everybody managed to acquire this week. Dan, what'd you get?
This week I took a bunch of my other shit into my local guy, shout out Showroom of Collectibles, and I got a bunch of G.I. Joes and a Marvel Legends Punisher. So that was my big haul of the week.
Sweet.
Nice.
Jisk, what'd you get?
Ooh, I got the big goose egg.
Man, those are popular.
Is that third party?
It's a first party goose egg.
First party goose egg. Yeah.
Fucking first show and last show.
die cast?
Get that guy out.
It's I got some stuff in the works next week.
It doesn't matter. You should have pulled shit off yourself and said, yeah, I got this, I got this, I got this. Look at me, I'm Jisk. Hey! And then everybody be like, I like that guy.
Yeah, like that guy's just rolling in dough.
Yeah, he's rich. He's rich. All right, J. Ruse, what'd you get this week?
I did not get this Ali that is in my hand right now. Um, it's a figment of your imagination. Just pretend you didn't see it, all right?
Right on. We can all agree to that.
All
I
right.
don't
We
know
can all
anything.
agree to that for sure. So that leads us
face.
to Mr. Dustmites. Mr. Dustmites, what did you get?
Nothing this
Man.
week. Nothing at all. A little. It's my vacation week, so I didn't really want to go out and get anything, and I kind of wanted to keep funds close because I didn't know what I was going to find in JCC or whatnot.
Well,
Alright.
I will also I guess we're the Goose Egg Society this week.
Oof, goose
The three of us.
eggs.
Yeah. I also did not get anything. I actually just bought something off of Instagram, just like literally before we started the show. I won't say that's the reason we were late,
But it is.
but it is. So my personal hobbies are more important than you people. So no, I'm kidding. Anyways, I'll have something next week, and you never know.
That was
what
harsh.
I will stumble into.
I thought maybe we just wanted to lead up to like a little bit of get everybody waiting, holding out. Where's it gonna go? Is it gonna come? Where's it? RLC
No,
Facebook
we
page.
just happen to
Everybody's
have
gonna-
technical difficulties as
Yeah,
soon as Chris
of course.
bought his fucking toy.
That's right. That's what it is. That's what it is. Hey, you can't get stuff every week, guys. I know. Shout out to some other shows. It seems like everybody always has something, and I don't live that lifestyle. So I guess I could buy something every week just to have.
Great. Now I'm forced to buy something every fucking week.
I mean, I got an old Apple Core here, and I guess I technically bought that.
I bought some beers.
There you go.
There you go. That's nice.
I mean,
No
you did get a new YouTube channel.
Yes, we got a new and on top of the new YouTube channel where you can find us at Realm of Collectors on YouTube, we now have a SoundCloud channel.
Speaking
Segway.
of bugs,
Yeah, I got right in there. That's what she said.
Did you know the guy that invented the Segway died in a Segway?
I heard.
yeah.
Okay.
Is
Speaking
that
of
really
Segway.
true?
Yeah, so is that for real?
He ran off
Wow.
a cliff, I think.
Of course he did, because he couldn't stop. How do you fucking stop this thing?
Couldn't even jump off it. Just
Well, the new SoundCloud channel we have is you could get the MP3s all available for download for most of the shows. I'm almost done. Bear with me, guys. I have to record them in live time, so it's like old school style. Press play on the cassette, hit record, and play on another cassette and walk away.
Can you play it? Can you record it twice as fast with half the quality?
No, there's no high speed dubbing. No high speed dubbing. So I made the files about 96 kbs, which won't kill you for downloading, but they're all up there. SoundCloud, just search Enter the Realm,
Awesome.
and you guys could take it on the go. You guys want to listen to it in the whip, on the way to work, whatever.
There's
Wash
an app
the
for that,
dishes.
right?
Yeah, the
this
app.
is the
that-
one.
oh.
There's an app for it. The app is super easy to navigate. So is
Speaking of
the
Apple plugs,
the website is super easy to navigate, and that's the best way we could do it right now for you guys. So I know we got some feedback where everybody wanted some MP3s. There you go, MP3s in the house.
Ask and you shall receive. Hey, Jisk, you did pick up something this week, bro. It's on your head.
Oh yeah, got a sweet pair of Turtle Beach headphones on the low.
That's right.
Which
That's
is,
right.
I guess that's not really. I don't know if that was bragging rights.
No, well, you step with the big dogs. You gotta get your audio.
They do transform into a toy that my kids like to play with all the time.
There you go.
So they won't be lasting long, will
Yeah,
they?
I'm sure they'll be broke by the end of the week.
Wookie used to try to get the little styrofoam spongy thing right here on the mic. It would disappear for a couple of days.
Hey, I have a question about Wookie. So,
What's up?
does she not follow back on Instagram?
iWookie?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I don't know, man. I caught her with the phone the other day, so I'll let her play. I'll let her play with it
She
tonight.
followed me on Instagram. I didn't follow her.
She's such a whore.
See, that's some bullshit. She didn't. I followed her. I saw some of them spread eagle pictures. I'm like, yeah,
Everybody go out and
Check this
follow
out.
I_Wookie on Instagram.
that's right. While you're at it, please follow the Realm of Collectors Instagram page.
I forgot I gotta do that.
I mean, you can follow Dust Mite's cat on Instagram. You can also follow the Realm of Collectors Instagram. I'm
Why
just
don't you
saying.
guys follow both?
All right, guys, let's get into some of our our topics for tonight. Oh man, this is let's try to keep this between the ditches. So we got
I
some.
fucking love you guys.
We're gonna talk a little bit about some movie news. So I think probably one of the biggest box office disappointments, definitely the biggest Marvel box office disappointment, came out this weekend. Mr. Harvey Dent. We're gonna let you talk a little bit about that.
Alright, so went and saw Fantastic Four this last Friday, opening day.
Was it fantastic?
It was no, it wasn't. There was me and about maybe four other people in the entire 400 or 500 seat theater
Holy
watching this
shit.
crap fest. Yeah, kid you not.
Wow.
Wow.
Crap
Yeah.
fest.
Oh
Official.
yeah, craptastic four as I like to refer to it, as well as others.
Hashtag Craptastic 4.
Yeah. All right, you guys want to know how bad this movie was?
How bad was it?
I'm waiting for the punchline.
No.
I was not ready for
Is
that.
there a gong back here? I gotta reach for. Is there a gong? Gong.
All right, this movie was so.
Shout out to the young guys who don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Oh man. Okay, this movie was so bad. The only thing that connected Doctor Doom to Latveria was a piece of paper that said "Place of Origin, Latveria." No accent, no nothing. How bad was it? Susan Storm's temperature was 96.8. Sure, it's tiny little mistake, but fuck it, it's bad. And how bad was it? The director himself tried to disavow this thing before it even came out, even though he was one of the people who fucking wrote it. And this movie is so bad that Stan the Man Lee himself wasn't in it at all. So that's
Yeah, there it is.
if that's any indicator, don't watch the movie. It's terrible.
Well, it totally shit the bed. You know, I'll be
Oh.
honest, guys. I didn't even realize it was coming out like this week until like Thursday, and I saw it because it was saying this Friday. I'm like, this Friday.
Yeah, it kind of creeped up on me too.
Well, I think it creeped up on the entire fucking world. And listen, I'm gonna be honest. I've never found those characters interesting ever. The Thing was the only one, and I'll be honest. I enjoyed Michael Chiklis as the Thing in the old movie, or the movie that came out earlier this century.
I like them all in The Incredibles.
Incredibles. What?
Yeah, yeah. The show, The Incredible. I mean, the Pixar
Oh.
movie.
The
Yeah.
That's a
Similar
fucking.
concept.
We'll
Similar
get there when we get there.
See, you know, I really was hoping that Dan would start this interview off going, "It's clobbering time." Get right into the bashing, but
No, I couldn't do that.
Dan does it his own way. It's okay, brother.
So
So
guys,
that bad, huh? There was
Yeah,
nothing
it's-
interesting at all. Was it? There was.
And honestly, I had to reach for all those things because I didn't even really remember the movie. It's not very memorable. You go in there, you're just like, this isn't very good. This is stupid. A science teacher's asking a kid what he wants to do when he grows up, and the kid's sitting there explaining to him, his teacher's like, no, fuck you. That's not going to happen. Go get a real fucking dream. It's like, the writing is terrible. And I want to punch the director in the face for trying to push all the blame on somebody else.
We're gonna have him on next week. So
good.
yeah, he's
You have your chance.
he is
Oh, by the
he's
way-
fallen so far.
One last thing I wanted to add to this, I did post in the Realm in the Facebook page, but the same guy that helped write this one is also helping write Age of Apocalypse and also wrote The Last Stand. So I mean, this is the quality you're getting with one movie, and you have at least one person from this one working on Age of Apocalypse.
You
So
said Last Stand. That's
Yeah.
enough
That's
information
Fox.
for me.
That was bad.
and he
isn't
also
this?
wrote Days of Future Past for those of you that like that movie.
I liked it.
So
It wasn't bad.
Same
So
guy
what-
writing all these.
so is this guy also? Did I read correctly? Doing something with the one of the Star Wars movies? Did I read that, or is it the Transformers movies?
Was it Star Wars? I think I read something about that too. The director I think is doing one of the offshoots they're trying to do, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah. So is it Trank? Is his name Trank? Trank?
His name could be Shitboy for all I care. I didn't look it up.
All right. Well, in other Marvel news, we have pictures released this week of, I think today, of John Barenthal as the Punisher in the Daredevil series.
Can't wait.
I'm a huge Punisher fan, man. He's
Is he a
always been-
zombie?
He's a
Oh, yes.
well. That's another book that they're working on now.
Oh, okay.
Is that the zombie Punisher?
You know, in these pictures, he's just, you know, he's just wearing clothes. He's not wearing a suit or anything. What do you guys think about the pictures if you saw him, and what about him not having the skull on him? What do you guys think about that?
I mean,
Well,
I
he
think.
doesn't want.
Oh, go ahead.
One at
No,
a time, you motherfuckers. One
I've
at
already
a time.
said it, so go ahead.
I think that if it's going to be in line with the first season, towards the end of season 2 is when he'll get all his gear.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
of
said.
course,
Last,
just
last
like
3
Daredevil.
minutes. Last 3 minutes. Last episode. Oh, a skull and some guns.
Yeah, I mean, didn't one of the movies come? Didn't he not have his skull for like half the movie, and then all
Well,
of a sudden he put it
Well,
on?
that was the very first one, I
in
think.
in the Dolph Lundgren movie, the skull wasn't there at all. In the Thomas Jane movie, there was that bullshit. Hey,
The
look,
t-shirt?
it's a T-shirt from the island, Voodoo, and then, in my opinion, the best movie of the 3 was the last one that came out with
Yes.
I can't
Ray
remember.
Stevens. Ray Stevens.
Yes.
Punisher
Yes.
Warzone, where he just
I love
Oh
that.
man, what a great flick, man! That has
That
to
was
be
great.
the best Punisher flick ever.
it was. I mean,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Dolph Lundgren fan. God, why did you do this to me? Eh, that's old school nostalgia right there. Because who the hell would think in the '80s they would make a movie like that?
right.
But
Like just for gratuitous violence. That
Yeah,
last
Gratuitous, there's
Torture
blood
epic.
everywhere.
I mean,
Yeah.
my favorite scene in the Punisher Warzone is when he's holding the kid and shoots that guy point blank in the face.
Oh yeah.
the worst part of it was Jigsaw, and
Blows his head off.
that was McNulty from The Wire, man. But that accent was too it was terrible. It was too pushed. It was too
Very forced.
very forced. But having Newman as microchip, nailed it. I think nailed it. Back.
I watched that the other day. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually bought it recently.
Wasn't
I
that
had
that
it
was
on-
from that was the Marvel London, right? They did that over in England, I
Did
believe.
they?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where they did it. That was that same
It's part
studio
of
that
their
does the,
Marvel Knights line.
You gotta love a finale that is basically a gauntlet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of
Gauntlet
spraying and
endings are
praying.
fucking great.
Okay, so back to it. John Bernthal is the Punisher.
Yeah, so I mean,
Thanks, Harvey. Harvey.
All right, I'll just go since I have a thought. I like the pictures. I think it's going to be a nice workup too. It probably, like Eddie said, same thing. They're just going to show him at the last area a little bit. One thing that kind of bugged me, and I don't know, it might just be his face, but it looks like he has a big old fat thing of fucking chew in his upper lip. I mean, it's just all pushed out. Just,
Yeah, that's his face. The dude's
Okay.
ugly.
but I don't know. I'm
That's just
excited.
how it
I
looks.
like him. He's a decent enough actor. I think he'll do really, really well. And he seems to be doing his homework too, because I've seen multiple things where he's buying comics and all that. Sorry, Miss Pinkerton.
that's quite all right. My children are being quite rambunctious. I'm actually at home tonight, people. I didn't give a location. of things.
Woo! Cue the
And then-
hand claps.
I'm in lovely Harvest, Alabama,
Welcome
And,
home, my friend. Welcome home. Enjoy
Yeah,
it. And you're
thank you,
here.
thank you.
And you're here with us.
and I'm here with you guys. So, anybody else got anything on those Punisher pictures?
I mean, I'm just to follow up on what Dan said. I agree too. I think he's going to do a good job. I think he's angry enough to play the role.
That's
Yeah.
a good way to put it.
You know.
That's a good way
Yeah.
to put it.
Oh,
for
without
sure.
a doubt. And you see how they did the Daredevil series. It was supposed to be super realistic. He didn't get the costume to the end. It built up. It wasn't all that fancy schmancy. So I think they're going to do the same way with the Punisher coming in.
And they made it realistic, So like
Yeah.
the guy wasn't running around in a costume fucking fighting crime. He was fucking in like fatigues and like military wear for most of it, and then he got the
Yep.
costume just because it was knife proof and
Yep.
somewhat bulletproof, So he did it
what
just
he
to-
needed.
Yes.
What he
for
needed for the
protection.
job. Yeah.
So like it wouldn't make sense for the Punisher to be running around with a skull on his fucking chest
Yeah.
right off the bat, paint a big target on his chest as a vigilante.
Everybody
Yeah,
would like to see
exactly.
that, but it just seems like that's the pulse of that series. So
Yep.
And they'll get there. Like I said, I think they'll get there.
Oh yeah, it'll get there.
Yeah.
So announced. Was it announced today? It was announced this week. There's going to be a Han Solo movie.
see what you did there.
So we're gonna play a silly little game that I know Jay Ruse is really excited about. Who should play? Who should they cast? And we can only assume this is a young Han Solo, smuggling across the galaxy. Who would you like to see play Han Solo?
Will Smith.
Yeah, they're gonna flip it totally on its head and put Will Smith in there.
Will
What is this?
Smith.
Some kind of Millennium Falcon?
Yeah.
So
Oh, oh, oh. Unta,
So-
tunta solo.
I think that if we have
So please don't do it. Don't do it.
if we have a young Chewbacca should be played by Alf.
Hey, Han! What's going on with this fat guy with the word?
There you go.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
awful.
realistically,
Well, at least Warwick Davis could come back and play a role.
yeah, they could just
Shout
grow
out
out.
to Warwick Davis.
They could grow out an Ewok suit and call it a day, right?
Leprechaun in the hood.
Dude,
I
I
don't
was.
even know. Oh, I was just say I don't even know what young actors are out there, but
Just
if
throw some random in there, call it a day.
honestly, I mean, if it could be bad enough that I would even rather see a CGI of a young Harrison Ford, like they did Arnold in the Terminator movies. Than
Yeah,
watch
you know what?
Then watch him ruin it.
Find a no-name. An up-and-coming no-name that's going to really make an impact and take the franchise further. That's it.
They're gonna put the Rock in there. It'll be the Rock.
I think
Oh
that-
God, dude, don't even.
I think they're just looking too much of who can we get now, and it'll be good because maybe they'll do one movie, maybe
Chris
sign
Pratt.
on for a second one, and that's it. You want someone that you can get early. This is going to be your franchise. We're doing 4 or 5 movies. Sign on now. We work through the whole part of your career.
Magic Mike.
Oh, hold on, my phone's ringing. It's from Disney.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I'm gonna be
Disney's on the
solo.
phone. Hi,
I'm done.
Dan.
Get out of here.
Hi, Dan.
Han
This
Solo,
is this.
everyone.
Oh, Dan's taking the role.
All right, on the Star Wars front, there's a new trailer today, an international trailer. Thoughts on that? For episode 7, I guess I should say.
That movie doesn't need any more hype. All you had to say was Star Wars, December 18th, and everybody's like, all right, there. We're there.
You know what? It was all the same shit we've seen before, and I still got fucking pumped and saw it 2 or 3 times. I don't even give a shit. That shit looks so good.
Yeah, I agree. That was epic. You know, the swooping scenes of all the troopers lined up. It's gonna be cool. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
Fucking TIE fighters dropping in. Oh my god.
Is it too early to ask like really what the consensus is? Like, do you guys think it's gonna be good? I know everyone
hope
hopes it's gonna
so.
be good, but
I mean,
hope
let's
so,
be
but
honest.
We'll see.
Could it be any worse than the last set we got?
Yes.
I had high hopes until I saw that fucking basketball roll in with a fucking robot head. And I just
That thing's actually pretty cool because that's an actual little robot.
yeah,
it's
okay,
actually-
whatever.
That's
I mean,
a real thing. So.
Yeah, that's really what we want.
Yeah,
J.J.
practical
Abrams
effects.
Insert the Jar Jar.
yeah, J.J. Abrams did a good job with the Star Trek.
He did. I enjoyed those.
So I think
Especially-
We need to sell curtains, bath towels, and sheets.
I really enjoyed Alice Eve's character in the second Star Wars movie. Star Trek movie, rather. Don't hate me, nerds. Don't hate me, nerds.
Here
they're
come the
coming.
Trekkies.
Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to send any comments to us, you could email us at Realm of Collectors. Enter the Realm cast at gmail.com. That's it. That's it. It's a new email we just set up. So
All right,
we have
that'll be
like
fun to read.
we have 65 emails linked to 25 different accounts.
I'm rage emailing right now for a Chris's Star Trek.
But if you
Star
want to
Wars
send us
fucking-
any comments or any questions or whatnot, enter the
Hey.
Realm cast at
Use-
gmail.com.
Use the Force, Luke. Is that offensive? I don't know. Hey,
Live long and prosper, Darth Vader. What?
That's right. Live long and prosper, Darth Vader. All right, let's move on here, guys. Today, or was it? I think it was today. God, I'm in a fucking time warp here. The Make Toys Hound went up for pre-order at $90. Do you think they have any skin in the game here with Fans Toys right behind them?
I'm gonna say that's why they're coming in at such a fucking low price.
Mm-hmm.
They fucking trying to lowball, undercut, like fucking just get in there so they're on people's shelves before Fans Toys is.
Yep.
Right, they're trying to capitalize on all the people that have to have it first, you know.
They are rushing everything.
Dust mites.
All these products, all these guys are rushing their products out before Fans Toys drops at a lower price.
But fuck, it looks good though.
Zero
I like it.
diecast.
God damn.
The only thing I don't like are the feet. I just don't like the way the feet just look all big and clunky and just like an afterthought to me.
It's very defeated.
I am solely
Oh, I see what you
committed
did there.
on the on the fans toys. I am not interested at all in the make toys. I'm not even looking at it.
These companies got to understand. Oh, Fans Toys is coming out. It's a wrap. Stop production. Take a loss. Work on something new.
I'm sharing
Does
Yeah,
some
somebody's
images
trying
on
to
my
show it
screen.
to us.
does click on Jeru's. There's the no. What's up with the red bits? Is that just to show the difference, or
I think
is
it's
it,
highlighting. That's all. It's because on right
What was that? The
here
diecast.
is what he actually looks like. And you know, if Fans Toys wasn't coming out with one, I'd be really tempted, and
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
be
if we didn't
crazy.
have another option, that would be the one you go with. It's a no-brainer. I'm not dissing it. It's really looks good, but FT.
okay? So let's say there isn't a fans toys. Which one of the two would you be interested in? Which one do you like better?
One of the big toys?
The modern or the classic?
I like the lighter green one. I can't.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
like
if
the
that's- I
lighter
think it's
green
the-
too.
Is that that cartoon one?
Yes, I would go. Guys know I'm a G1 tune guy, so I would go with the lighter one.
Yeah, I agree.
It would be a really hard decision for me.
That's
'Cause
kind of where I'm at. Yeah.
I like the chrome on that classic one.
Yes, I think the
So
chrome
hard.
is dope
But
too.
but I like the green better on the tune one.
They should have
Oh.
did a hybrid. They should have just went chrome across the board.
Well, J. Roos can do that. He can just buy them both and build what he wants.
Sure.
Or
Or
got that third-party money.
Yeah, I'm a baller.
with his fancy apps, he could add some lens flare that can make
There we
it look
go.
like chrome.
Lens flare for the win. So
Shout out to lens flare.
this segues right into our next topic, guys.
Oh,
Off the cliff.
Yeah, right off the cliff.
got him.
So,
That was 802.
Wait, too soon? Too soon?
802. We went off the cliff.
so let's talk about starter figures for third party. So if you were going to tell someone to buy their first third party figure, what would it be? And I actually thought about this a lot today. And what I came up with was Fans Toys Tesla. Because it's a solid figure. It's not overly complicated. It doesn't have any QC issues that I've seen out there. And it's a great representation of a G1 character. Now, that's to say someone that has to be a Masterpiece fan or a Masterpiece collector. Whereas, obviously, there's other sizes you can go with. What do you guys say?
Just to say on that, the only, not to knock you down, but the only problem I think with that is just that Perceptor's just kind of a boring figure. It's awesome, but you're not like super hyped when you're like, yeah, finally,
He's a wrecker. Done.
and you're just like,
Not in that incarnation.
Yeah, true. But the one thing I didn't like about him was the face. The face could be revamped a little. But.
I don't like
Dust-
the face on this Dust Mice character. What?
So, Dust, what do you say? We'll start your direction. What would you say?
What, for a starter figure for a third party? Well,
Yeah.
they definitely have to do their fucking homework, man. And I mean, again, since I'm a G1 guy, but everybody seems to be doing the IDW thing, so you got to think out the box. Why don't we complete the original fucking cast? More Decepticons. You know?
No. You're missing. You're missing.
Somebody's
Sorry.
getting.
It's if someone's starting to collect third party, what figure would you tell them?
Oh, what I would tell them? Oh,
Yeah.
what just came out now?
No. Just if
In general.
somebody was
I'm totally
gonna.
off on this one. This is what happens when you work all day. First thing's
Thanks for-
not vacation, and you're not
Thanks for playing, Dust.
news. All right,
Thanks
So-
for showing up.
all right, Jisk. What do you think about this?
Well, back to me. Yeah, like I said, I don't have. I'm sure a lot of people are going to say that Quake Wave, but I don't have it yet, so I can't recommend it. But I would recommend just Megatron. X Transbots Apollyon. If
Ooh.
you're in it, regardless of the issues, it looks awesome. Looks
Yeah.
great. And I would recommend that. You got to start. I mean, I would recommend somebody getting an MP10 and then getting that, and then you have to start with the basic too.
All right, back to me. Quake Wave. There you go.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
You know what? I mean, I was thinking about this too. For somebody to start off, I would recommend something cheaper. Something a little less expensive, and I would probably say the Make Toys Cogwheel.
Oh, yeah. Those guys are great.
I mean, Trash Talk. This is Trash Talk or Cogwheel. And the reason I say this is because you can compare this one to the Hasbro and see why you're paying the extra money for the third party version. You know what I mean? Because there's a huge difference in quality, posability. Um, it's just an awesome figure. It doesn't compare to the Hasbro one, you know. So that's what I would say. And if you buy them individually, they're like $30 each, or you buy the two pack, it's $60. Keeps it cheap. Two figures for $60.
And then you're easing them into the wallet chuck
Yep.
like a gentleman.
Yep.
Slowly.
Good gentleman.
It's like when you slide in the one finger and you send in the second.
So Dan, what do you say? And then I got some comments about this.
Well, my first third party was Mania King, and he was a fun little thing. He was kind of scared of transforming, but he was a great little figure. But if I were to recommend something, I would probably go smaller, like Jay was saying. I'd probably recommend the Fans Project Headmasters, particularly their Chrome Dome one, because he's a fun little guy. Just finding him, transforming him back and forth, it feels good in hand. So if I were to, and he's pretty cheap too, comparatively. So I'd recommend the Fans Project Chrome Dome.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we got
great engineering on that figure. That line is great.
We got a couple comments about this. Kenny Prime says that he said either the Fan Project's Mind Wipe or the Jump Starters, which I think are all good choices. Yeah, and there's my wife walking behind me. Hi guys.
What up?
Trying to get those views up.
That's right.
Oh, now we got 56 viewers live.
Nice.
There's a lady in this nerd podcast? What?
So Victory Saber says Quake Wave. Also, Asian Kid Matt says the Coneheads because everybody's got $800.
Sure.
Of course.
And they weren't even that good.
Shout out to Asian Kid Matt. Did you have those at one point, Dust?
No.
Did Asian Kid
I'm
Matt
just being a Conehead hater because I don't have them and I want them.
Asian Kid Matt said Shia LaBeouf should play fucking Han Solo.
Oh, yeah.
Did I not say that earlier today? Did I not say that earlier today?
No, I said it. I said, don't you dare say him.
That's funny.
He
That's funny. So the Forge Circuit is the silent member of our panel here. Obviously, she has logistical challenges being on the other side of the world, but she sends us topics and things, and came up with something that was actually in one of her UK Transformers groups. Somebody brought up this point, and she said they had some good conversation around it. The point was that should Chugs be considered Generation 3 Transformers? Because it's, I guess, a reimagining of the G1 characters. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think it's a good way to go. I mean, we're talking about what Chugs have been around for 10 plus years now.
So it was technically the longest running bot series. It's not, yeah.
The thing is, that's a multitude of different ones, though. Because, like Chug says, you got the classics, Henkei, Universe Generations, all kind of mix into the same kind of deal there, I guess. But
I mean, they're all the same thing. They're modern interpretations of the G1 characters, even going into Combiner Wars. So it only makes sense because what was G2? G2 was a more modern interpretation of G1, right?
It was the same molds, just crazy colors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Neons, purples, greens, pinks.
So why wouldn't we start calling this G3? I'd be down with that.
Let's start it.
Where's that petition?
Let's start. Well, we don't need a petition. We just got to start doing it, man.
It's something. There's something out there called the internet.
So this is what you do, guys. Everybody, all 22 of you guys out there. Anytime you take a picture of a Chug figure, just do hashtag G3, and we'll start the movement from there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's a fantastic way to say that because I'm tired of saying Chug, man. I'm just Chug.
It's fun to explain Chug.
The only time I like to say Chug is when I say Chug is dead. Dead. Chug is dead.
Why are you looking at me? I don't understand.
Nah, I'm just looking there. You know who you are.
That's
sorry, man.
I must have a guilty conscience.
You gonna get up and leave now, you little?
What was that, Dust? What route were you about to go down?
I ain't saying.
Jay loves playing with his chug.
I pity the fool who likes them chugs. I pity the fool who likes them chugs. I pity, pity, pity. It's good to have hand props around, you know?
Yeah, hand props.
That's what she said.
Exactly. All right, so the Starscream coronation set is real popular, and obviously it represents what 22, 23 seconds of actual action in the movie.
Greatness.
So
Right,
this is
right.
the thing you're gonna say. Who came up with this idea? Because this is fucking this should be fucking plastered all over the internet. Because I think it's a fucking great idea.
All right,
Yeah, I
so
love this idea.
so let's just say that scene has two critical elements in it before Galvatron shows up and blows everybody up, and that would be that Starscream's got a crown and a cape on, and that the Constructicons have trumpets with banners on them. Right? So why would they not make that?
So you're saying a third-party kit of trumpets and banners.
Well, no, you just have them like doing the whole thing. I mean, if you try to put on the C-Dub set, they're not going to.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. If you're going to put this add-on kit for the C-Dubs, there's no elbows. And if they do have elbows, they don't go that far up.
So there's one tiny flaw in Chris's plan.
This could be one or two guys that could kind of hold it at
So the
That far?
so the add-on kit is gonna have to come with arms.
Arms, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
going to have to come with some sort of invisible, clear plastic extension that twirls and swings and whatnot
Well, what
to
it
get
would
that
come with-
position.
It'll have its own stand.
It could be arms that don't have anything to do with the transformation that you use for your coronation posing.
It's an extra set of arms that work.
Yeah, I just
Exactly.
So why don't we just do an extra set of arms that work? There's the money.
Here's the only,
There's the money,
only
guys.
There you go, perfect effect. Add that on to my set. 'Cause I already have it pre-ordered. Give me some
uh-huh.
fucking trumpets.
Sure.
the only flaw that, who's gonna keep them in bot mode?
Oh,
I would. I'm going to.
That's the only problem with it.
Oh, I like
Give me
your
those
style.
trumpets. I'll do it.
So
I
when
like your style. I knew
so-
there's a reason why we
So
keep
when
it
I
going.
get my third Devastator from Takara, I'll keep those in bot mode because they'll have elbows.
Yeah, there you go.
so that's what it is. It's a Takara third-party exclusive.
That's
That's
we
right.
have
the
to
only
check
way it
in
works.
with J. Rue's Devastator 2007. Did you sell any yet? Do you still got them?
I still got them.
Yeah, he's got them in alt mode. I already know. Just living room, hanging on a mantle, just right there. All the trucks.
Seven
Why
of them.
deny it?
7 of them. One combined, single mode, 3/4 combined, 1/4 combined, almost there.
I make one
ooh,
fucking
Shot
mistake.
with a missile and blown up.
Make one mistake.
Hey Jay, that'd be kind of cool. Have a little photo shoot of them transform. That'd be pretty dope. You should do that. Buy
They have
7
one of
more.
each. Have all three. Have 3 sets, right?
Yeah.
And
You
one
you just have them getting all
transformed.
transformed. Yes.
AJ,
Take a picture
yeah,
of that.
One,
here I
two,
come.
3, in steps.
Yes.
Nice.
Exactly.
Don't forget to add the lens flare.
Lots of
Oh,
lens flare.
I'll definitely add the lens flare. You can't. I never forget that shit.
No, you can always add more lens flare. It's like more cowbell. More
Got
lens
a
flare.
fever.
Yep, that's the cure.
A fever.
It's like putting coffee in my sugar.
Sugar. Sugar.
Sugar.
Sugar.
Sugars.
So guys. Alright guys, our next topic here. Why is it okay for comics to reimagine characters, but if it's done as a toy, it just gets destroyed if it's not G1 accurate?
I have a point if nobody wants to go first.
Go
It
for
looks
it.
like you're first.
I mean,
Alright.
you did jump in.
Gotta get a word in here sometime.
It's like fucking double Dutch. He was just waiting. He's just waiting to get in there.
He's got
So
a
what-
back handspring in there.
So I was actually thinking about this pretty intensely today. I think when you reimagine a character in like a comic or whatever, it's like a slow introduction. Like the main thing I think of is when Megatron was that stealth bomber for those few issues or whatever. I mean, his body got destroyed, then bam, he's a stealth bomber. So like when you get that toy, like makes sense. But if you're just introducing a toy, like say that stupid Combiner Wars Optimus in the Motor Master mold, it's just like, well, here you go, here's another Optimus. So there's nothing really there, but if you have something like a story to like kind of back it up a little bit, then it makes a little more sense than just giving out a new toy. And
I
my-
don't know.
Isn't IDW working that into their comic line?
Oh yeah, I guess so. but not. All right, let's say from comics to toys or whatever you go. Whatever.
I don't know. A couple years ago, when I fucking picked up my first issue of More Than Meets the Eye, I was like, "What the fuck is this? All these fucking G1 robots don't look anything like their fucking G1 modes." I was like, "This is crazy." I put it back down, and I walked away from it for a couple years. It wasn't
Well, I
until
mean,
recently that I started looking at those
Now, if they
comics
would have made
again.
that Stealth Bomber Megatron a Voyager-sized figure, everybody would be like, "Oh, holy shit, this thing is killer!"
well, if you think about like even the way that Prime is in there, that Orion figure, it's a really cool figure. It's very sought after now, but it's very different than G1 Optimus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, it took me a while to get used to these designs, but I fucking, after reading a few issues, I fucking love a lot of their designs. That Orion figure is fucking amazing, and he looks dope as hell in the comics.
Yep, I agree. That was
And I think
before the Control took over.
I think too, just with comic characters too, because I was thinking about this too, is you have a longer history of those characters, like how long Spider-Man and Batman have been around. So for those guys to change up a little bit, I think some people it breaks up the monotony a little bit of just that character, and
Yeah.
you've had more time to I guess just develop the character. So a lot of these Transformers, and especially as comics, is kind of a newer thing. So I think, and you have all these people that are collecting from the original cartoon, which is still where I think most people are coming from.
And there was an example, Skullface from SCU. Shout out to Skullface. He brought up a point on his Fantastic Four review, like what's his name? The director of Shield. What's his name? Oh, Fury, right? Nick Fury. He was the same character his entire comic book run until Ultimates came out, and all of a sudden he was a black dude.
Right.
So it's
Wasn't
like
that because of Sam
changing
Jackson,
changing
though?
up designs, changing up, modernizing it or whatever it is.
Next generation shit.
So
Generation.
Optimus being a truck, then being a tank, being whatever he was in War Within. It's kind of the same thing, but talking about War Within, that fucking new figure that's coming out we talked about last week, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think a lot of the people that are Transformer collectors read the comics?
Nowadays, there's a lot more than not.
Well, I mean, they're packed into the figures now,
Right, yeah, I
into
guess
the
that's
Chug
true.
figures. So
I
they're
think-
getting a taste of it.
And maybe there's more toy collectors now because of this.
I think it's it's a cohesive thing. I think people who read the comics are collecting the toys because of the likenesses, and I think the people who are collecting toys may have gotten into the comics a little more. I know that's true for me because they're just some of these characters, like when the Impactor character figure came out, I'm like, who the hell is that? Why does he have on a helmet? And now that I've read the last end of the records, I'm like, oh, that dude. Oh, I kind of want that. I don't have a place in my collection for it, but I kind of really want that.
Well, now
Let's do it.
you have your IDW record shelf.
No,
There you go.
no,
Not that Collectors Club version, no way.
I
no.
already got 3 of those on order.
Nice.
Wow.
So you got
Could have just had one third-party one that would have fucking been perfect.
So you got one that's going to be open, one that's going to be loose, and one that's
Robot
going
mode
to be
and
sealed.
one. No, I'm gonna have one for a combined mode when that all comes to fruition.
Well, you're speeding on me there because I don't know what that's about, but you put 2 of them in a row.
They're all combiners or whatever.
Oh, okay, all right. So what's more important to you guys, nailing the aesthetics of a character, or the build quality and engineering of the transformation? What do you care more about in your figures?
I'll say I'll use Apollyon as an example. I think that the aesthetics of the character
Apollyon.
for me are more important.
Hold on, Dan was like,
Did he just roll his eyes?
He rolled his eyes
What
and
the-
rolled the chair. He's like, Apollyon.
You get tired of me. I mean, I'm not like a super fan. I like the thing, but that's just where I'm coming from.
You said Apollyon like 18 times on the show so far.
You're like, hey, you know what the first party I would recommend is Apollyon. That's my first recommendation.
He's gonna be like this.
It's just
Apollyon.
just
shows up
aka
out of nowhere.
Apollyon Tron.
He's just gonna just show up.
Shout out to Bad Chicken.
Wait, that wasn't Ollie, by the way.
Hashtag Bad Chicken.
That wasn't Ollie.
I recommend it because you have the two pivotal characters. That's why I recommend it as a first one. And then I'm recommending it because it looks good. It looks right.
I agree with you, brother.
I'll
It's
buy a piece
best
of crap.
fucking,
I'll tell you
it's
right
the
now.
best G1 Megatron we're gonna get right now. And if you put it on the shelf and don't touch it and put next to C-Dub's Devastator, you win the house. You're good.
And
All
I'll say
good.
this. I'll buy a piece of crap if it looks good. And whoever had up Ollie earlier can't argue with me.
Who?
You guys will buy that same. If it
Who
looks
had
good,
up
you'll buy
Ollie?
it.
Who?
Who the fuck had Ollie up?
What's
Yeah.
an
I,
Ollie?
I had this Action Master Bumblebee
There
I
you
was
go.
fucking with right here. I didn't have
Nobody has an Ollie. I don't know what you're talking about.
shit, man.
You know what? I kind of agree with aesthetic. I think that's important to me. But I think playability, like posability, has to be top on my priority list. You know, you have to be able to play with it, right?
The reason to make you want to pick it up off that fucking shelf again.
Yeah, man. Pose it or
Yeah.
make it look
Yep.
something.
Especially as you being a toy photographer, that's exactly what you look for. What's going to look good in the shot? What can I get to do this in the shot?
Yeah, it has to be
how
able
can
to
I
do
tell-
something. I have to be able to recreate a scene.
How can
that
I
wanna
tell the
recreate.
story? That's what I was saying. How can I retell a story or tell a story to say?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and Apollyon does do that. I'm gonna agree with Jisk, whatever the fuck a Jisk is.
Hey, Jisk.
that,
Hey, is that getting you going? It's the Apollyon orange plug. You like that? You like that?
Got that in its own sealed case.
so he does. I took that one shot with fucking Megatron and Optimus about to fucking tussle, reaching out for each other. I thought, he took it. He poses well, especially, and he's got fingers, posable fingers. That's badass.
Fingers.
Finger.
Finger, bang it.
Fingers are delicious.
Well,
Definitely.
with me, I don't know, man. I love the engineering of figures, but I don't transform everything I own.
Yeah.
If it comes in robot mode, it probably will stay in robot mode. If it comes in vehicle mode, I will do the task. It's just the type of guy that I am. I love the bot modes. I put it on the shelf. I love it. I pose it. I enjoy it. And a lot of people say, "Well, you're not into Transformers." No, I'm into fucking Transformers, but that's just me. I don't want to jump through the hoops to get it there, but when I have to, I will, and then they can enjoy the engineering. Like when I got Chigger.
Chigger.
Chigger, the
You got
DX9 Astro fucker douchebag fucker.
Astro Train.
You're
I
into
said that.
Transformers. You're into Transformers because you like the characters.
Yes.
You like
There you
seeing,
go.
having that nostalgia of
Yep.
the characters. You don't have to transform your figures to be a fucking Transformers fan.
But going
That's why I like fucking Devastator. CW Devastator. Fucking looks fucking just like came off the show.
But going through from train mode to shuttle mode to robot mode made me appreciate the figure more. Whereas I could see some things that I don't like in robot mode and I wish were different, but it makes me enjoy that figure even more when I did that. Now,
True.
now the fucking Warpath figure, the Bad Cube Warpath, fuck that thing.
Fuck that.
I've never sweated so much transforming a figure. I've never cursed so much. I've never almost threw it across the room.
I did. Fucking
Those
Fans
fucking
Project M.
shoulders, man.
Fans Project M3. Fuck
Oh.
that fuck toy.
Diesel. Oh
Yeah.
man, that was a
Yeah.
fucking headache and a half, man.
Fuck that. I cut myself. I drew blood on that motherfucker.
I think that's the reason why I'm single right now, because I was fucking combining that figure. Get the fuck back in the room and don't fucking talk to me for another hour.
Jeez.
I think that's why I'm where I'm at right now. But that's my thoughts on that.
I'll say this. For me, it's I'm more about the appearance. I mean, I take some pics here and there, but I like to see the way they look on my shelf, and some of the stuff like that aforementioned Ollie. I never transform that and have no intention to ever transform it. And it does have double jointed elbows. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
We just found out today.
You know, if I had an Ollie, I'm really glad that you shared that information with me.
Yeah, but I'm like you, man. If it looks like it just came off the fucking screen, I'm sold. No matter what the fuck. I mean, taking Fat Kronos, you know, which when I bought in, I thought it was going to be a really good figure. We talked to the guy who designed it, amped us up, it looked good, this, that, the other thing. It does have some issues, but when you have it on your shelf, it looks like it just came right out the fucking screen. And then that's where you have to say, where do you draw on the line for the cashola?
So,
You
so
know?
Chris. So, if here's a question: would you buy it if it didn't transform? Like if they came out with a Revoltech or a Hot Toy that was an affordable price? You know
what? I've often thought about that, but it's almost I don't know how to answer that because the whole point is if I want to transform it, I can reach over there and do it.
Boom.
Exactly.
You're absolutely fucking right, man.
I think that's it.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Because I wouldn't either. I mean, some of them. I mean, obviously, the posability on a non-transforming figure is going to be way superior to a transforming figure. But I like the fact that exactly what you said. I know that it can transform. So if I wanted to transform it, I can.
And you know the consensus. Anybody that comes over looks at it, even if they're not a Transformers fan or a collector, is like, "Oh, does that transform?" You're like, "Nah." They're like, "Oh." And it just takes maybe a few. You're gonna get there. Oh,
That's not cool.
Doesn't make sense.
I got a Transformer that doesn't transform.
That's with me. It's the same way. I mean, yeah, okay, you could give me PVC figures or some sort of statuette that has articulation, but I don't think if I knew that it wouldn't transform to said alternate, I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it, man.
Did you just throw up on your mic?
No, that was Wookie.
That was fucking terrible.
That was Wookie over there. She's farting in the corner. You right, Wookie?
Oh, okay.
What's up, sweetie? Sweetie McGee?
Guys, I just saw this. The writer of More Than Meets the Eye is going to be at TFCon this year, James Roberts.
Oh, yes, I was hoping he would be. I'm even more excited to go now.
I can't tell if he's joking or if he's being serious or not.
Yeah,
No,
that's Dan, man. That's really Dan.
Yeah, sorry. I speak sarcastically sometimes. I'm being truthful.
No, that's why we love you, Dan.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for that. I was hoping he would show up. So that'd be cool. I'm gonna get one of my trades signed now.
So that's where I was going to lead with this. What do you guys feel about getting autographs? I mean, I know a lot of people. Shout out to Ace Milo. He's got everybody's autograph. Do you guys think it does anything for the value of the figure, or do you just want it for sentimental value? What are your thoughts on autographs on collectibles?
I don't know if I can get an autograph on my figure itself because I don't fucking keep the boxes.
Yeah, I'd have to buy another one if I were to do that. So
Right.
I'd want to open it. I mean, and like Ace's, he got Peter Cullen to sign his MP10. If I got that on my MP10, I'm like, fuck, I can't open this. I gotta go buy another one now.
I would have to buy one at the show. And just get online and just fucking do it. Pay the $300 for an MP10 and just get online and do it and go home happy.
Well, the coolest autograph I saw that somebody did with an open figure is they had Peter Cullen sign their MP10 trailer right down the side.
Oh,
And it was
yeah,
nice.
Cool.
That looked nice. 'Cause it's like a perfect canvas for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the comic stuff's really cool. I've never had really any of that stuff over the years. I know a lot of people do collect signed memorabilia. I know, as far as value goes, I know a lot of sports stuff is actually worth, depending if it's authenticated or whatever, it's actually worth a little less if it's not. So.
Well, that's the whole fact. The authentication and
Do they give you a certificate of authentication when you get an autograph like that?
They do. It's somebody.
Depends on the person.
Somebody posted on Facebook today in one of the 915 Facebook Transformer groups I'm in that they had gotten their certificate this week from something a while back, their authentication or whatever. So apparently you can. I mean, it's probably just something they offer with the bigger names, I would imagine.
Because I would think that in order for it to be valuable, you'd have to have a certificate. Because I could just sign Peter Cullen's name on something, and say, hey, I got an autograph.
You that good?
Yeah.
Then we're gonna start buying some prime KOs and hitting up with the KO autographs.
That's right.
That's right.
eBay, son. We gotta fucking support this channel somehow.
Shout out to the KO King.
We got
Asian Kid Matt.
T-shirts and
Asian
hats
Kid
to
Matt will
make,
sell me
guys. We got
$50.
T-shirts and hats to make.
You know, I think there's something like 60% of Michael Jordan autographs in the world are unauthentic. So if it tells you what kind of KOs there are in there, Kenny Prime hit me up on what are we at on Kick here? He said I got my Black Arachnia piece signed by Venus Terzo, the voice actress, but I'll probably never get a figure signed. The trailer signature is a great idea. He said, I've been to athlete signings and you had to pay for the authentication since most of those people were reselling. So I guess in those cases you pay for the autograph and then you pay to get it authenticated.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You have to pay for your authentication, too.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like he
I
was
didn't
saying,
know that.
people sell that. I mean, there are people who go out there trying to make a living just like
Just selling
buying Japanese
authentications?
autographs. That's why this shit's so expensive when you go to the cons. You know, they charge you like 30, 40 and up, all the way up to $100 for a fucking autograph because people try to resell them for that much.
So now, are any of you getting online for an autograph at TFCon?
No.
For James Roberts, probably.
There's going to be people getting online for my autograph.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the fans of TFCon.
James Roberts, I'm going to take him my iPad so he can sign my IDW app.
There you go.
Fucking, that's how I fucking read the comments.
I guess it's
As he's signing, he stumbles onto your porn.
You know,
when we went to WizardCon back in the late '90s, I mean, I was getting David Prowse autographs for like $5. Jeremy Bullock, all the Star Wars guys.
Yeah, those days are gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucked up.
The
The only reason why I wanted to pay that money because I felt bad. The dude sitting at a table with all these pictures, being like, "Hey, yeah, you're the stormtrooper that got hit in the head with the Ewok rock. All right, $5. I got it right here."
Have you guys ever seen that picture? It's Virgil that used to wrestle. You know, it was $1 million
Oh,
man's
yeah.
lackey of him standing there. There's nobody there. Yeah. So the only one I might be interested in is the comic book guy, the guy that wrote the comic. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. The voice actor stuff doesn't do a whole lot for me. Like Peter Cullen and would probably be the only one I would be interested in, but he's not gonna be there, so it's kind of a
That's money,
easy.
though.
Yeah.
How much do you pay for an autograph from Peter Cullen? What's the going rate nowadays?
I want to. I can't speak to it. I want to say it was $200.
Fuck, really?
I think
How
it was
much?
$200.
$100, you said?
I think it was either 100 or 200.
100 to get the
No.
autograph, or
Are you
100 to
kidding
sell
me?
it online?
Hey, Asian Kid Matt wants to know if he can get a beer signed by Dustobotamus.
You got it. I'm working on it right now. Hey guys, I'm gonna sign this beer live on stage if I can find a marker. I can't find a marker, so I guess I'm not doing it.
Send me $1.
You're-
Send me $3. I'm sure I could buy a marker.
Your YouTube
Hit-
revenue didn't come in. So you
Hit
couldn't
that
buy-
donate button, and oh, wait a minute, guys, I found a marker. Do you want me to open this cap? Send me $3. I'll open up the cap.
So all comments, complaints, concerns. What's that email address again?
Yes. Enter the realmcast@gmail.com. Enter
There you go.
the realmcast
Hold
at
on. So if
gmail.com.
I do want to add something about getting the autographs or whatever, because I've gone to the couple of cons here in Portland.
All right, so
And,
speak on it.
Thanks, I am. It's pretty cool because I've gotten autographs on my Futurama DVDs from Billy West and John DiMaggio, the guys that play Fry and Bender, and it's cool because when you actually get up there, I mean, unfortunately you have to pay anymore, but you actually get to talk with these people, you know, for a few seconds or whatever, and I think that really adds to it for me. I feel like with the high profile ones, I mean, from what I've heard, Peter Cullen seems to like to talk to people for more than a brief second, but I don't know, it's just kind of cool being able to talk to these people, even if it's just for a moment. You know, as they're signing your stuff.
Yeah,
So that's what really adds it
That's
for
how,
me.
that's how you feel you got your money's worth. You know,
Yeah.
you're like, not only did you get an autograph, but you were able to sit back, take a picture, talk to the guy, look him in the eye, and say how much you enjoy his work and whatnot. And I'm holding Ollie and playing with him, but I don't have him. I don't know where this guy came from.
The only time I regretted doing something like that was when I met the Green Ranger. Fuck that guy.
Oh, you didn't like the Green Ranger?
No, because I met him before he got famous again. I tried talking to him. Dude didn't say a fucking word
What's
to
his
me.
name? Jason David Frank, JDF.
The Green Ranger was famous?
I think it's fuckboy at fuck your mom.
No, he's gonna find you and fucking MMA the shit out of your face.
Dan is holding
Hey.
a grudge, man.
Hey, whatever, dude. I
Definitely
paid
holding a
$35 for his fucking autograph and a picture, so I should get something out of it.
So Jay, what exactly does MMAing someone's face include?
You'll see when fucking he meets him.
Ground and pound.
Hold grudges much, Dan?
No, not at all.
I paid 35. I wanted a tug.
Guys, Greg Berger is also going to be at TFCon.
Greg Berger does a million voices.
That's
Which one is he? I've heard that. No. Oh, Grimlock. Yeah, that's right. That was announced.
There's only one voice I want to hear when I see Greg Berger. That's it right there.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be a
That'd be
fun
pretty cool.
show.
He's
That'll
doing
be
the
a fun
voice
show.
in the video game too, from what I understand.
Yeah,
He did it in the old ones too, didn't he?
I never played any of the old
You
video
never
games.
played Fall of Cybertron?
He didn't do it in Fall of Cybertron.
I think he did.
Oh, I'm googling that shit right
Yeah, you
now.
better Google it.
Google it.
And I'll just say just to get
I believe he did. I'm
Just
sorry.
to get my input. No, it's all right. It's just to get my input. Like, to have a voice actor sign something to me isn't that important. Versus like having a writer or the artist of a book sign something to me, that's real important.
Well, that's just an individual thing too, like in each your own.
Well, that's
So you're fucking wrong because I said voice actor.
Wow,
is cool. So
Dan,
shut up.
angry.
I'm not saying it's
I
not.
love
It's just
it.
not.
I
You know,
love the anger. I love it.
I'm just joking, dude. But yeah,
Bring
no,
it out,
it's pretty
Dan.
cool.
Bring it out. The dark side.
It is kind of nice just meeting people, whether it be an actor, voice actor, writer, director, whatever.
Let the anger consume you.
It already has.
Yes.
A sister. A sister you have. Yeah,
All right.
much.
I got.
Dalton's telling us Daltonians TFs. He says Greg Berger was Grimlock in FOC for all the Cybertron game.
And he wants to dust a bottomless review, and I agree with him.
I think Jay googled that and then just didn't say anything because he.
Yeah, he's trying to play it off like, yeah. My computer's slow right now.
No, this fucking Wikia is like 18
If I
pop-ups
Google it
coming
right
up.
now, I might get busted out of the chat.
There's like fucking 18 pop-ups. The fucking screen is loading like terrible. You know what? We'll take Dalt's word for it.
I like
think
the
he's
game
a
a
pretty
lot.
knowledgeable guy.
I was very happy when I heard the voice come on, and I was just like, wow. And if you haven't played the games, definitely go back. Go to your GameStop, buy them for like $5, $10.
Dude, they're fucking great fucking games.
They're great games.
Don't buy Rise of the Dark Spark. Just get one full of Cybertron.
No, that fucking thing was a train wreck, man.
Oh,
I red boxed that shit, and it was terrible. I went 2 days, but I finished it. I had to get it done because I just had to do it.
I didn't even finish it. I played it. I was like, gone.
It was like leftovers from the last 2 games were sandwiched in by some bullshit for the movie.
Yeah.
So they took some bullshit levels from the movie that was out at the time, which was AOE, I guess, and then they sandwiched in whatever was left over the levels from the other game. And
Yeah.
it was really good. Really, really good.
All right, guys, let's move on to our next topic here. I actually brought this up, and I just I look at the was it play for this too, play with this too. The guys who
You can
tried
play with this too. But
yeah, right.
Oh, hey now.
The guys who did the pretender shells, they did a Kickstarter campaign, and they didn't get there, and they're trying to restart it with a little bit less stuff. So the question is, would you guys get behind a crowd-funded third-party figure? Would you be interested in supporting that if it was a character you liked? Yes or no? And what are your hesitations around that?
there's a lot of questions surrounding that, though. It's like you have to ask who's doing it. I mean, if you have like a guy, we'll just throw KFC or whatever in there just for the fuck of it. Like, if it's one of their designers, would you want to do it? Me personally, probably not. But if it was an MMC designer or Fans Toys designer, maybe. I don't know. That one's a difficult one for me to try to answer.
So I was listening to a bunch of stuff, and I don't know if you guys know about the Four Horsemen.
Yes. Yeah.
Woo!
They're-
New album coming out. Cobra Law Records, son.
That's the wrong Four Horsemen.
You're talking about the Masters of the Universe designer.
Yeah, those guys. Like when
Shout out to
whenever they
Corn Boy and the
do
crew.
They worked for Spawn, McFarlane Toys. They did a
Yep.
lot of good shit, and they went out on their own and they crowdfunded a bunch of their shit, and it was, from what I
Yeah.
understand, it was really good stuff. And I think they're working with who are they working for now? I know they're doing something really popular now. Oh, they're doing the Masters of the Universe and Thundercats.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still Mattel?
Yep, still Mattel.
Okay, so yeah, that's who they've been working with a
So, I
while.
mean, somebody like that who has a nice, good background and you know they're producing good quality designs, sure.
Totally
Um,
talented, great bunch of guys. Back in the day, me and Steele used to go to their the old studio, and we used to do a Taco Bell challenge every Friday. Who could eat the most tacos?
nice.
Shout out to Corn Boy and the crew.
Nice, interesting stuff there, Dust. Corn Boy.
Yeah, Corn Boy Maze. That's back in the day. That was in the 90s.
That's what you get when you eat too much Taco Bell, is a cornball.
So,
Blow it out.
so
Can I just break off on that? I just got a Facebook message from the homeboy Ronan Kaufman, the G1 King. And he says, I know you moved on, but I have no big beef with your G3 thing. No way. Why? Because there are characters from all sorts of other continuities.
Continuities. Continuities.
Thank you, Dan. In Chug, characters that have nothing to do with G1 and even confuse G1, like Armada Starscream. Fuck, Armada. He said, big marbled beef. Honestly, nothing at all against the other continuities. I take the fuck
Continuities.
Armada, shut up, thing back, I guess, but not a third version of G1 because it includes tons of other continuities in Catch All. Say it. And I'm saying it because I want you to jump in. Keep jumping in.
Continuities.
Thank you. This is where you got to keep coming in. So
Continuities.
the homeboy Ronan has a little beef with that subject.
I can appreciate that. That definitely rings true. So back to the crowdfunded third party figure. So would it have to be? You said it needed to be a designer that you knew or trusted, I guess.
Somebody you have familiarity with.
So if it had a good design and you could look at the design and tell, say like was it Mech Forms? Is that the new company that has the new Jetfire out? Is that the name of the company?
Megaforms. Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy.
So let's say it's not them. So anybody else. So what would you look for? Like, I mean, have you guys ever participated in a one of those crowdfunded projects before? Has anybody?
I never have.
Not
I did.
yet.
I have.
would.
I've actually done 2 Kickstarters for 3 Kickstarters for board games. And they were actually 2 of them were really successful and met their timelines. One I funded 4 years ago now, and I think they're just starting to ship in this next month.
Jeez.
But they had promised like that December. I think we funded them in March, but they made like $1.5 million
Wow.
to fund their project. It's I don't know, it's a game called Kingdom Death. It looks really good. It's model building and board game type of game.
Now, do they give you anything when you fund them? Like, do you get any kind of like, oh, we'll give you a shirt or something?
Yeah, so the 3 that I funded for the board games, so Kingdom Death, they had reach goals. So if you funded them for, I think it was like $100, you get the board game and you can pick like 2 different other options to add on to the board game. If you did $150, they gave you like a third or fourth option, and then you could buy a couple of different add-on kits for the board game. Fuck it. At least I'm not talking about wrestling. Fucking. He instantly pulled his. But that's what was good about that one. And I also did one for a Robotech model building game as well, like tabletop game. And I did one for another game called Zombicide. It's fucking good. It works.
So it's out there. People can do it.
So I mean,
You get the right product.
I would not be surprised if we see something around that, in the near future. I think it'll come to where you'll have people who want a specific character and they pay a designer to design it, and after that they do crowdfunding to get the money together. I mean, I have no idea what it takes to put a figure together like that. I don't know if we're talking 100 grand, 200 grand, or more.
Mhm.
But it would have to be to a point where basically you bought the figure up front, and if it funded, you paid, and that's how they produced it. So I just think it's a neat concept. I think we could really try to maybe as a community that we might have some influence over something like that.
Yeah,
So,
definitely, man. It just had to be something that sparks some interest and something that nobody else has got on the horizon.
Right.
You know?
hey guys,
ROC's first third-party figure coming soon.
Kenny Prime said what. Hang on. How about the Transformer rollout?
Make sure you say something wrong so Dan can.
Kenny Prime says,
No laughs.
how about the Transformer rollout jazz? Well, I don't think that's crowdfunded, but pics of that. Pics of that. Would you throw down 50? I guess he's using that as an example. Pics of that. Would you throw down 50 to 150 without knowing quality? It looks good personally, but I would wait. I wouldn't want to get my money involved without knowing what I'm getting. And then he said, if I crowdfunded Ollie, I'd be pissed. So, shout out to Ollie.
Hey guys,
Everybody's favorite homeboy.
I got an update on the voice cast for Fall of Cybertron.
Finally.
Here we go.
So Optimus Prime was Peter Cullen. Did you
Yeah.
guys know that?
Yes.
No.
Okay, that was sarcasm.
Oh,
Jazz was actually played by Troy Baker,
really?
and so was Jetfire.
Okay, I can hear Jetfire now.
Jetfire had an English accent in the game.
Yes, he did. Do you know who played Megatron? Because I liked his voice in that.
It was Fred Tatasciore.
Oh, okay. Okay, that guy. He
I
does a
don't
lot
know.
of voice acting.
He also did Ratchet. Grimlock was Greg Berger.
I didn't.
So
I-
yes,
you cut out.
Dalton was right. It was Greg Berger. I wasn't sure.
J. Ruse don't know what he's talking about.
Oh God! Send the hate mail to entertherealmcast@gmail.com.
Attention, J. Ruse.
Attention,
you motherfucker.
Speaking of plugs, we're also on SoundCloud now, so check us out.
Yeah, that's right. We were on SoundCloud. We also still have some merch available, guys. I got a couple hats available and got tons of stickers. If anybody wants any of that, hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. We have a new show coming soon. We're still getting all the details ironed out, but Ace Milo and Jay Ruse will bring you a new show called. Go ahead, Ed.
Figure banging.
Figure banging. So it'll be a very figure specific show. It won't be like this. It'll be more just talking about specific figures, and that'll be coming soon. So watch out for that.
And the ROC Spotlight.
That's right. We got the ROC spotlights coming up. We have
That's our interview show.
Our interview show featuring the Cobra Lock crew with Dust Mites and Nathan Haskell, and we also have the ROC crew with Bobby Skullface coming soon. So keep an eye out for that. A lot of big things happening on the channel. If you're a member of the ROC family and you have some cool ideas, please hit one of us up. We always are looking for new and exciting things to do, by all means. Guys, you got anything else before we jet?
I just gotta say that Bumblebee didn't have a voice because he died in the first 5 minutes of the game. Spoiler. Just
Nice.
Spoiler alert.
Perfect.
Nice.
Great.
All right. Well, that being said, we appreciate you guys being with us tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we appreciate that. Hang out, I guess, about 10 o'clock Eastern, right?
Yeah, I would say about ROC hangout about 10 o'clock, maybe 10-ish, 10:05 or whatnot. We'll get it going.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Later.
Later, all.